Lord Richard Attenborough was born in Cambridge, England, the son of Mary née Clegg, a founding member of the Marriage Guidance Council, and Frederick Levi Attenborough, a scholar and academic administrator who was a don at Emmanuel College and wrote a standard text on Anglo-Saxon law. Attenborough was educated at Wigeston Grammar School for Boys in Leicester and at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art (RADA). His film career began with a role as a deserting sailor in Which We Serve (1942), a part that contributed to his being typecast for many years as a coward in films like Dulcimer Street (1948), Operation Disaster (1950), and his breakthrough role as a psychopathic young gangster in the film adaptation of Graham Greene's novel, Brighton Rock (1947). During World War II, Attenborough served in the Royal Air Force. He worked prolifically in British films for the next 30 years, and in the 1950s appeared in several successful comedies for John Bolting and Roy Bolting, including Private's Progress (1956) and I'm All Right Jack (1959). Early in his stage career, Attenborough starred in the London West End production of Agatha Christie's The Mousetrap, which went on to become one of the world's longest-running stage productions. Both he and his wife were among the original cast members of the production, which opened in 1952 and, as of 2007, is still running. In the 1960s, he expanded his range of character roles in films such as Seance on a Wet Afternoon (1964) and Guns at Batasi (1964), for which he won the BAFTA Award for Best Actor for his portrayal of the regimental sergeant major. He appeared in the ensemble cast of The Great Escape (1963) as squadron leader Roger Bartlett, Big X, the head of the Escape Committee. In 1967 and 1968, he won back-to-back Golden Globe Awards in the category of Best Supporting Actor, the first time for The Sand Pebbles (1966), starring Steve McQueen, and the second time for Dr. Dolittle (1967), starring Rex Harrison. He would win another Golden Globe for Best Director, for Gandhi 1982, in 1983. 6 years prior to Gandhi, he played the ruthless General Outram in Indian director Satyajit Ray's period piece, The Chess Players 1977. He has never been nominated for an Academy Award in an acting category. He took no acting roles following his appearance in Otto Preminger's The Human Factor, 1979, until his appearance as the eccentric developer, John Hammond, in Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park, 1993. The following year, he starred as Kris Kringle in Miracle on 34th Street, 1994, a remake of the 1947 classic. Since then, he has made occasional appearances in supporting roles, including the historical drama, Elizabeth 1998, as Sir William Cecil. In the late 1950s, Attenborough formed a production company, Beaver Films, with Brian Forbes and began to build a profile as a producer on projects, including The League of Gentlemen 1960, The Angry Silence 1960, and Whistle Down the Wind 1961, also appearing in the first two of these as an actor. His feature film directorial debut was the all-star screen version of the hit musical, Oh, What a Lovely War 1969, and his acting appearances became more sporadic, the most notable being his portrayal of serial killer, John Christie, in 10 Rillington Place 1971. He later directed two epic period films, Young Winston 1972, based on the early life of Winston Churchill, and A Bridge Too Far 1977, an all-star account of Operation Market Garden in World War II. He won the 1982 Academy Award for directing for his historical epic, Gandhi 1982, a project he had been attempting to get made for many years. As the film's producer, he also won the Academy Award for Best Picture. His most recent films, as director and producer, include Chaplin 1992, starring Robert Downey Jr. as Charles Chaplin, and Shadowlands 1993, based on the relationship between C.S. Lewis and Joy Gresham. Both films starred Anthony Hopkins, who also appeared in three other films for Attenborough, Young Winston, A Bridge Too Far, and the thriller, Magic 1978. Attenborough also directed the screen version of the hit Broadway musical, A Chorus Line 1985, and the apartheid drama, Cry Freedom 1987, based on the experiences of Donald Woods. He was nominated for a Golden Globe Award for Best Director for both films. His most recent film as director was another biographical film, Grey Owl 1999, starring Pierce Brosnan. Attenborough is the president of RADA, chairman of Capital Radio, president of BAFTA, president of the Gandhi Foundation, and president of the British National Film and Television School. He is also a vice-patron of the Cinema and Television Benevolent Fund. He is also the patron of the UWC movement, United World Colleges, whereby he continually contributes greatly to the colleges that are part of the organization. He has frequented the United World College of Southern Africa, UWCSA, Waterford Kampschlaba. His wife and he founded the Richard and Sheila Attenborough Visual Arts Centre. He also founded the Jane Holland Creative Centre for Learning at Waterford Kampschlaba in Swaziland in memory of his daughter, who died in the tsunami on Boxing Day, 2004. He passionately believes in education, primarily education that does not judge upon color, race, creed or religion. His attachment to Waterford is his passion for non-racial education, which were the grounds on which Waterford Kampschlaba was founded. Waterford was one of his inspirations for directing Cry Freedom 1987, based on the life of Steve Biko. He was elected to the post of Chancellor of the University of Sussex on 20 March 1998, replacing the Duke of Richmond and Gordon. A lifelong supporter of Chelsea Football Club, Attenborough served as a director of the club from 1969 to 1982 and, since 1993, has held the honorary position of Life Vice President. He is also the head of the consortium, Dragon International, which is constructing a film and television studio complex in Llanelid, Wales, often referred to as Ballywood. In 1967, he was made a Commander of the Order of the British Empire, CBE. He was knighted in 1976 and, in 1993, he was made a life peer as Baron Attenborough, of Richmond-upon-Thames in the London Borough of Richmond-upon-Thames. On 13 July 2006, Attenborough and his brother, David Attenborough, were awarded the titles of Distinguished Honorary Fellows of the University of Leicester, in recognition of a record of continuing distinguished service to the university. Lord Attenborough is also listed as an honorary fellow of Bangor University for his continued efforts to film making. Attenborough has been married to English actress Sheila Sim since 1945. They had 3 children. In December 2004, his elder daughter, Jane Holland, as well as her daughter Lucy and her mother-in-law, also named Jane, were killed in the tsunami caused by the Indian Ocean earthquake. A memorial service was